Hi, Trainer Emily here, and this is Mira, and welcome to Training Tip Tuesday. This week we continue our series on things that dogs wish people knew by talking about the 4 most commonly misunderstood communication signals. So the first one is a very common one, and that's wagging tail. Most people think that when a dog wags its tail, that must mean it's friendly. Well, that's not always so. The dog's tail and tail wags are something that is both under the dog's control, but also automatic. A lot like blinking in humans. You can will yourself to blink, but we also blink automatically without thinking about it consciously. Dogs' tails wag in relation to excitement or arousal. And yes, that can occur in a friendly situation or a happy situation when the dog sees somebody that they haven't seen in a while, or in greeting people. But dogs will also wag their tail when they're highly aroused or even as part of a threat display. Usually it's towards other dogs, but just the same, if you're trying to determine if a dog is friendly or not, don't just look for the tail wag, look for lots of different signals. Hi, sweetie. Are you hot? Yes, hi, Mira. Which brings us to our next one, jumping up. When dogs jump up on people, it's often misunderstood and thought that they do it because they're trying to push us around or show us who's boss. And that's absolutely not true. In fact, it's the opposite usually. Dogs jump up on people as part of greeting. If you watch puppies greeting elders in a group of dogs, the way that they greet each other is they jump up and lick the faces of those other dogs. Our faces are much, much higher up than dogs' faces are. So they have to jump up on us in order to greet us and show us how excited they are to see us. The third one, a lot of dogs will roll over and show their tummy, and it's often misinterpreted that they want a belly rub. Sometimes they do, but a much more common reason is actually because they feel threatened. Dogs will roll over and in a show of that they're not a threat to you, and often you can tell the difference between that and a rub my belly type of signal because their tail is still tucked when they roll over, and usually their mouth is closed and their eyes are kind of squinty. Often in the behavior world we call this a tap out. It means I give up, I'm uncle. That moment is not really appropriate to grab and pet a dog's tummy. That's not really what they're trying to signal. They actually want you to back up and give them a little bit of space because they're uncomfortable. The last signal that often gets misinterpreted is yawning. A lot of people think that any time a dog yawns, it must be tired. Dogs will yawn when they're stressed as part of a stress signal display. Often we see this frequently at veterinarians' offices or other places where the dog is stressed. Pay attention when a dog is stressed and they haven't just gotten up from a nap or they haven't had a very long day. Anyway, hopefully you've learned something new today about how dogs communicate to us and better understand what your buddy is saying. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next week.